All right, so we're going to talk about the Tyson lawsuit. We're going to talk about the Logan Paul impersonator and Nate Diaz new lawsuit. And then I'm going to tell you a story about why this particular lawsuit especially is absolute nonsense from my life. Like when stuff happens out in the street like that, okay, you can't like come back and do this. Like you can't come back and do this. So I'll tell you a story that happened to me where, you know, similar situation where it's like, dude, this is like mutual combat here, man. So as you guys saw in the title, Mike Tyson is facing a new lawsuit, and a lawsuit actually from an incident that you guys are going to know about. And it is absolute nonsense. It's total BS, but maybe not exactly. Like, you know what I mean? It depends on how you look at it, because everyone has seen the incident in question, okay? So I'm going to show you guys what we're talking about. It's the one from the plane. This guy, 2 years later, is now filing a lawsuit against Mike Tyson. I'm going to show it to you. Interesting timing, dude. You know what I mean? Interesting timing. Like, Mike Tyson has a fight coming up. Everybody's talking about Tyson, and this sleaze bag is like, you know what? I'm going to sue him. You know, I invaded his personal space. I acted like a dimwit. I acknowledged that I was on drugs and drunk at the time, and I just, you know, would not leave Mike alone until he finally snapped and he attacked me. And you know, I think the way I'm going to handle that is I'm going to sue him 2 years later. You know, listen, dude, like I understand people get desperate. People are in desperate situations, but there's just something so like reprehensible about people being like, how am I going to solve my money problem? I know someone who has money. I'm going to go take it from them. It's like, dude, you know, you brought that on yourself, guy. Like, you know, you brought that on yourself. You know, you invaded his space. Like, you know, you wouldn't leave him alone. He asked not to have you this close and you just kept on pressing him, you know? So I want to show you a video of that, and we're going to go through this article and talk about that. And then I'm also going to talk about another lawsuit because Fake Paul is suing Nate Diaz. So yeah, that's happening. Fake Paul is suing Nate Diaz. And if you already know where that's going, then good for you. I will show you the details of that lawsuit. And we'll talk about that as well. First, though, I want to tell you that there is another Mike Tyson story that I'm going to tell you about, which is, in case you guys have not seen this yet, the movie Asphalt City that just came out. It's about EMTs in New York City. It has Sean Penn and the guy from Saltburn or Salt, whatever that is. Also a great movie. It is a gnarly ass movie, but Mike Tyson has a major role in that movie, and he's not like playing Mike Tyson. He's playing a captain of the EMT organization. It's like a legit acting role, and it was great. And he plays it really well because the movie is just, it is like, dude, New York is gritty, man. Like I can't explain to you how convincing that movie is. It's not for pussies, man. Like, this is a movie that is for fucking people who like dark, really dark, gritty movies. Like, if you're looking for a happy ending, this is not the fucking movie for you, dude. But Mike Tyson plays does an incredible job in the movie, and I highly suggest that you guys watch it. But also, I wanted to show you another quick clip of Mike Tyson that someone sent me in my email, which was one of the most brutal videos of Mike Tyson beating the shit out of someone in his prime ever. I'm actually going to start right there, then we're going to get into the lawsuits. By the way, do your boy a solid and subscribe to the channel. If you're going to watch all of my content, or you started watching it recently and you haven't subscribed yet, I know a lot of people don't subscribe to channels. I'm just asking you to make an exception this one time and click subscribe. It helps me out immensely. And if you haven't already subscribed, click like. I love you guys. It helps me out a lot. Thank you. So Brian Snyder sent this to me and he asked for a call out. There's your call out. Now everybody watch this. This is prime Mike Tyson. This is so insane, dude. God.
Tyson and gets off the ropes. It's a good left to the chin. Lunging left hand by Tyson. That was an uppercut by Revolta. I mean, no one.
Jesus.
Combination from Revolta and also a low blow by Revolta.
Do you know how stupid everyone is going to feel if Mike Tyson does starch Jake Paul? And everyone, like, because I'm just going to come out here and be like, why did you guys think Jake Paul was going to win, dude? Like, what's wrong with everybody?
And also, like, Tyson's corner safety. That was a good left hand.
God, dude.
It's a good left to the.
Good God. He's such a fucking savage, man. All right, so now moving over to the next portion of this video. All right, so let's start here with the actual incident, and here's what happened on the plane. All right, 2 years ago.
Fuck your boss, fuck my boss.
This is George talking to Mike Tyson, bro. This shit crazy, bro. Mike Tyson. My dog done got
This guy's harassing him, for the record.
lit, man. He over here rapping with Tyson. Mike Tyson trying to give us some shrooms. He don't know how to act. Tyson looking out, man. This shit crazy as
He should have never gave you his money.
Peasants. They're peasants. Never mind.
Hey. Hey, Mike, come on. Let's go stop back. Let's lose the horse, man.
JetBlue mid flight. My boy just got beat up by Mike Tyson. Turn that way. Yeah, he got f***ed up. Just trying to ask for an autograph, man. I don't know what happened.
Shut the fuck up, guy. Shut the fuck. Oh, he's just trying to ask for an autograph. You fucking piece of shit. Shut the fuck up, dude. That is definitely not what he was doing. He was harassing him, okay? Now, check this out.
Is in South
This is who the guy was.
Florida right now after a fight on a flight that was all caught on camera.
Yeah, the boxing legend was seen punching a man on a JetBlue plane. Local 10 News reporter Parker Branson is live on Miami Beach.
And that's exactly where Tyson.
Bro, that's Mike Tyson. You know? Like, that's Mike Tyson. He's barely civilized, dude. Don't fuck with him. You know what I mean? Like, he's calm now. But that guy got arrested 37 times before he was 13. Okay? Like, that dude will, I mean, you're lucky that he's nice to people. Like, you know how hard you have to push Mike Tyson to get him to snap on you like that?
spoke yesterday at a cannabis conference. Parker, what did he have to say?
Christy, in that conference, the schedule for it had to be shaken up a little bit because Mike Tyson wasn't here because of what happened on that plane. We've all seen that cell phone video where Tyson is throwing punches. His team saying before this, though, he was being harassed and even had a water bottle thrown at him. Mike Tyson seen on video alongside Ric Flair and Rick Ross at the Fontainebleau Thursday night. Tyson was at the hotel in Miami Beach for a cannabis conference. Just hours after, he was seen on cell phone video punching a man on his JetBlue flight.
Look at this shitbag, dude. I'll show you really, like, if they don't talk about it in here, I'll show you. Like, this dude was like, has a, his like criminal history, I remember, was like Oxy. Like, this is a dude, I don't know how the fuck this guy ended up in first class.
Leaving San Francisco.
Hey.
Moments before fists start flying, the man was seen trash-talking Tyson.
Fuck your boss, fuck my boss.
The man who was punched, escaping the boxing legend with only a few cuts and bruises.
My boy just got beat up by Mike Tyson.
What a fucking idiot, dude.
Turn that way. Yeah, he got f***ed up.
TMZ is identifying the passenger as 36-year-old Melvin Townsend, who apparently has a prior criminal record. The media outlet uncovering this previous mugshot, TMZ saying Townsend has been convicted of fraud, grand theft, burglary, possession of controlled substances, and trafficking in stolen property.
Oh, weird. And now 2 years later, he's suing Mike Tyson. Oh, who could have guessed that, dude? That this guy was a complete piece of fucking shit. Who could have guessed that?
You'd have to be drunk or stupid to just say anything other than hi to Mike Tyson. I mean, why in the world would you want to antagonize him? I mean, the way I see it is if you mess with the bull, you get the horn.
Correct.
Tyson's team saying in a statement, quote, "Unfortunately, Mr. Tyson had an incident on a flight with an aggressive passenger."
If he really threw a bottle at him, dude, then no one should have broke that up. They should have just let Tyson break that fucking kid's face.
Who began harassing him and threw a water bottle at him while he was in his seat.
God, that is infuriating. Okay, so here's the story. Man repeatedly punched by Mike Tyson in a viral video taken on a JetBlue flight is suing the former heavyweight champ 2 years after the incident. In 2022, the footage went repeatedly punching the guy, yada, yada. 2 years later, the passenger, Melvin Townsend, is suing Mike Tyson. He will be 100% refuting these ridiculous claims. I mean, there's nothing to refute, dude. You did beat him, but like the guy deserved it. A man who was punched by Mike Tyson in the first class. How the hell did that guy end up in first class? In 2022, has filed a lawsuit against the former champion. Okay, incident occurred late night flight from San Francisco to Florida on April 28th. Oh, that's a cross country, dude. So that's JetBlue Mint for anybody who ever flies like across the country. If you go from LA or San Francisco to either Miami or New York, they have these very specific JetBlue flights they call Mint, and they have this specialized first class that is so sick. That's what it was right there. You basically have this, you have like a door that you can close off, right? Like it's like you have this little compartment area, and it's amazing. Like it's the best first class domestic that there is, in my opinion. And it's not as expensive as you would think, dude. Like I've gotten a Mint flight before for $600 each way. Okay. Now for what you get, and I'm talking from San Francisco to New York, dude, $1,200 for a first class flight back, round trip flight is ridiculous. Worth it, dude. You're talking about like $700 or $1,200. Easiest decision ever. It's not usually that cheap, but I have gotten it that cheap. And it's like, you don't even want the flight to end, man. But what you can't do is you can't block the asshole behind you from harassing you. That's just a thing that is, like you're going to have to deal with it however you're going to deal with it if it happens, right? So let's see. So in an episode of the podcast a month after the incident, Tyson said the passenger was fucking with me, adding that he shouldn't fly on public planes. Yeah. So they refused to file criminal charges against the champion, saying the circumstances surrounding the confrontation. Right, like he was getting harassed. It is simply a case that does not belong in the criminal court. If they want to sue each other, that's their business. In December 2023, Melvin Townsend sent a pre-litigation settlement demand requesting $450,000 to resolve the incident. What a piece of shit, dude. And it's a shakedown payment. So basically, Mike Tyson, told him to go fuck himself. Oh, he claims he initiated a conversation with the star expressing admiration for Tyson's illustrious boxing career, buying alcoholic drinks for him and himself, described himself as a fan. Tyson offered him psilocybin mushrooms, so Tyson was being nice. And suddenly, without warning or provocation, Tyson stood up from his seat, turned around, began punching Townsend, repeatedly standing over. Hey, too bad there's a fucking video of it, dude. Too bad there's a video of it, of you absolutely provoking that, dude. Mr. Tyson punched the plaintiff numerous times in the head, face, and neck, tore the next plaintiff's shirt, and caused plaintiff to bleed from both sides of his head. Good. Boxer's companion tried to stop the attack by putting his body between the two men. Townsend is 5'6", 170 pounds. So you're a 5'6" blackout idiot. Probably grew up in like foster care. Yeah, Mr. Townsend's multiple attempts for pre-litigation settlement demand and injuries and damages were rejected. Wow. Yeah, okay, so Mr. Townsend's multiple attempts for pre-litigation settlement demand for injuries and damage are no coincidence given the timing of Mike's upcoming fight. There's no real validity. Okay, so we want to know what's hilarious about this? You want to know what's hilarious about this? Is this dumb, uneducated fucking idiot thinks that because Mike Tyson's fighting Jake Paul, it's like, oh man, now Mike Tyson has lots of money. It's like, hey, idiot. Okay? You see that? Iron Mike vapes. He has literally one of the most successful. This is just like whatever, like regular vape. It's not even THC. He also has like the #1 cannabis vape company in the world. He is so rich. He is so rich. And this idiot didn't even do any research to know that. So now he's like, oh gosh, he's doing a Jake Paul fight. Maybe I could go get some of that money. You should go get some of that rehab, guy. You should go get some of that fucking rehab, you loser ass nerd. Anyway, so I don't know if there's anything else to even add to that, but that is what that is. And I would say it's one of the most infuriating stories ever, but followed pretty close by what we're going to talk about here, which is Nate Diaz being sued by fake Paul. Check it out, dude. Lawsuit's been filed against Nate Diaz following an altercation in New Orleans nearly a year ago. Diaz was arrested and charged with second-degree battery in April 2023 when a social media video surfaced of him applying a chokehold to a man who turned out to be amateur MMA fighter Rodney Peterson, also known as Logan Paul impersonator. What an absolute joke. An absolute joke, dude. So you guys, I'm sure, remember that. I don't need to recap that story. You know what I mean? Like the guy was going to sneak up and sucker punch Nate Diaz, and he just put a choke on him and put him out. But Rodney Peterson, later identified showing a head injury he claimed he suffered during the altercation. You mean when you were going to go sneak up and sucker punch Nate Diaz and he just choked you unconscious? Unreal, dude. Absolutely unreal. Look at this clown, dude. I look like Logan Paul, and so that's like what I do, dude. That's like what I do, bro. I look like Logan Paul. It's pathetic, dude. It's pathetic. Pathetic. That's what you're actually suing Nate for this. You know you were going to sucker punch him. Now, I would show it in this video, except that it will get demonetized for 100% sure. So instead, I'll tell you a story from my own life, okay? And the point of this is that, like, when stuff like this goes on in the street, no matter who you are, including police officers, they know that no one is at fault if it is a huge deal. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that was a lot of guys on a lot of guys out in the street. You can't come back and sue one of the guys. You know what I mean? Like if you got like 8 guys on 8 guys fighting, just because one of them has money and they caught you in a chokehold, now you're going to turn around a year later and sue them. It's pathetic, dude. So long time ago, well, we were at this bar in Chico called Joe's, right? It was right next to our fraternity house. And like the president of my fraternity, really good buddy of mine named Connor. So we heard that there was something going out front, and like, there was like maybe 5 or 6 of us there. And so we come out, and there's Connor, 2 of my other buddies, and they're like surrounded by this group of massive dudes. These guys, I knew who these guys were only because they were so huge. Like I'm talking like D-soul bodybuilders. Like they were absolutely enormous. They weren't like known for rolling guys up or anything, but it was like they were like abnormally large for college guys. You know what I mean? Like at that age, unless you're like on the football team, it's weird for people to be like 200, 230, you know what I mean? Of just solid juice muscle. But that's what these guys look like, right? And I have no idea to this day even how that whole thing started. But when we came out, these guys are huge, dude. Like I'm not trying to fight these fucking guys. They're absolutely enormous. And Connor is kind of like trying to calm everything down. Like Connor's he's not a shit starter, but he's also has a way about him that's very antagonistic. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, he's not a fighter, but he is like, he'll antagonize people where he'll be like, oh, hey, all right, guy. Like, hey, why don't you just take it down a notch? Like it is a way there. He has a way about him that's like, punch me in the face, man. You know what I mean? Hey, I have an idea. How about you punch me in the face? Later on, actually, after college, this is probably maybe 2 years after college, he actually got in a fight. I wasn't even in the same, like I think I was in San Diego and he was in San Francisco, but like a group of my friends that were in San Francisco got into it with another group of guys that I'm actually friends with who also, whatever. It's another group of guys that I'm friends with. And the other guys took a fucking pint glass and smashed it on his face. And like, dude, they ended up going to court. Like this was like a legitimate lawsuit. Like, so this is the difference here, right? As a matter of fact, this is a perfect example, right? Like he sued them because in the middle of a not fight, right? Like this really weren't even in a fight. This dude, I'm not friends with this guy, by the way, took a fucking pint beer mug with the handle and smashed it across his face and cut him literally down like this. He's a fucking guy's an attorney. My buddy's an attorney. He's not like some like gang member, and he's at the bar and he got cut. Like, I mean, dude, when I saw the pictures of his face afterwards, like I lost my shit. One of the more like embarrassing things I've ever done on social media. I'm actually never going to tell that story because it's so embarrassing, but nonetheless, like he got cut super bad and he sued them. That's legit, dude, as far as I'm concerned. Okay. But now take you back a couple of years before that and we're in whatever. And he's just antagonizing these guys. And all of a sudden the musclehead dudes like start grabbing him. And like, one of the biggest guys grabs him and is like throwing him. And one of my other buddies goes in to try to break it up. And he's like, hey man, calm down. And the dude picks my buddy up and throws him. And so I basically took a running start from the side. Like literally it's actually really weird to even picture what this must have looked like. This dude is probably 5 or 6 like feet away from me. And I just like crow hopped him. It was just like, whop. And the dude he did not see me coming at all. There was nothing fair fight about this. I completely sucker punched him. It's the only time I've ever really done that where like, I hit a guy that was not like directly squared up with me. But as far as I was concerned, like the dude's fucking guy, I was probably 175 pounds at the time, 170. Guy had probably 60-ish pounds on me. And he just threw two of my friends like they were rag dolls, you know? And as soon as I hit him, the bouncer at Joe's threw me in a half Nelson. And I was, dude, if this big ass dude would have wanted to turn around and just kind of take my head and crush it like a tin can, he probably could have. I mean, he got hit hard and he kind of like, stumbled or whatever, but he wasn't like out. And then I was in a position where I could not in any way defend myself. And what I didn't realize is the fucking cops were right there, dude. Like literally the cops were right there. I just didn't even see them. And so after getting released from being hogtied and the cops came over, whatever, I thought I was getting arrested for sure. Because I'm the first person that threw a punch, and I threw a hard punch at a guy who had not thrown any punches. And the cops literally did nothing. And they were just like, all right, they're like, they're like, just you guys go that way. You guys go that way. What was actually really funny though after this is like every time I saw that guy, I was like, fuck, this guy is gonna, like, you have to understand how big this guy was. Like I was like, fuck, this guy's gonna fuck me up, man. I just assumed at some point this guy was gonna want to exact revenge. And what's so funny is every single time I saw him, he like tried to hide as if like I wouldn't see him. It's really weird, dude. Like a really, really weird thing. Like he would like be on campus and I would see him and he'd be all like in a really obvious way. I'm like, dude, you think I don't see you? You are literally the most muscular human being that has gone to this school in the last 20 years. Okay. You can't hide. Okay. You can't hide. I punched you. You would win probably if we got in a one-on-one fight. Like you don't need to be embarrassed. You can't hide from me. We could probably be friends if you just wanted to be nice, but you threw my friends twice, whatever. Bottom line, those two that like I do that, or he throws my buddies, nothing happens. This stupid asshole goes to sucker punch Nate Diaz and he gets choked out. And then now he's fucking suing him. It's so dumb, man. I hate this shit. Anyway, that story happened 21 years ago. So if it sounds like I'm trying to flex, I'm not. Anything that happened over 20 years ago, may as well have been a different person, but it's just illustrating a point. You don't sue people after fucking street altercations, you pussy.